मै सबैभन्दा रुचाइएको चामल ज्ञान पाए ज्ञान नै रोज्ने नयाँ गुड नाइट फ्ल्याश अरु लिक्विड भेपोराइजर भन्दा 2 गुणा बढी प्रभावशाली.
Proud to be associated with Kantipur News.
Good evening, I am April Agisinglama and these are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Oli and CPN Maoist Centre Chair Dahal discuss on advancing transitional justice appointments. Oli expresses optimism as key leaders push forward with recommendation process. Foreign currency misuse surges as authorities register cases worth 2 billion Nepali rupees in 9 months. Illegal currency use fuel smuggling raising serious concerns. Singapore's People's Action Party secures a decisive victory, winning 87 out of 97 seats in the general elections. The win extends their 6-decade-long hold on power. And Nepal Police Club to compete with an Iranian team for the title of Lions Cup National and International Invitational Men's Volleyball Tournament tomorrow. Welcome back. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli and CPN Maoist Centre Chair Puspa Kamal Dahal met to discuss the ongoing work of the Recommendation Committee tasked with selecting office bearers for the two transitional justice commissions. Prime Minister Oli and Dahal held constructive discussions at the Office of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers Singha Darbar regarding the advancement of the process to recommend office bearers for the two transitional justice commissions. The meeting was attended by the Prime Minister's expert advisor on transitional justice Agni Kharel and Maoist Centre Deputy General Secretary Barsaman Pun. Following the meeting, Pun stated that the Prime Minister had expressed optimism about the ongoing progress.
जिज्ञासाहरुमा छलफल गर्ने काम भयो. प्रधानमन्त्रीले अहिले भइरहेका प्रक्रियाहरू त्यसैगरी पीडितहरूले उहाँसँग उठाएका सरकारका विषयहरू त्यसैगरी नेपाली कांग्रेसका सभापतिजीसँग पनि भिक्टिमहरू गएर आफ्नो सरकार राखेको रहेछ. भोलि नै पनि प्रमुख प्रतिपक्षी दलका नेता कमरेड प्रचण्डसँग उहाँले समय लिनु भएको छ छलफलको लागि. त्यही विषयहरूमा छलफलहरू भयो. यो प्रक्रियालाई सकारात्मक रूपले अगाडि बढिरहेको हामी पायौं र खासगरी यो चाहिँ कहाँ पुग्यो के भइरहेछ भन्ने विषयमा प्रधानमन्त्रीले अध्यक्ष प्रचण्ड प्रमुख प्रतिपक्षी दलका नेतालाई जानकारी गराउनुभयो.
This morning, victims met with Prime Minister Oli, urging him to advance the transitional justice process in a credible and transparent manner. Now, over 250 million Nepali rupees worth of foreign currency was seized from an individual in Tokha, Kathmandu 49 days ago. However, government agencies have yet to trace its source. In recent years, illegal smuggling in Nepal has mainly involved US dollars and euros, with the key syndicates continuing to evade capture. Data shows millions in foreign currency have been embezzled over the past 3 years.
On 26th of March, authorities seized 1.375 million euros and 320,000 US dollars in cash from Tokha, Kathmandu, which the police handed over to the Department of Revenue Investigation, DRI. A case has been filed on suspicion that the funds were linked to gold smuggling. The truck driver, Kusang Lama, was arrested. However, the origin and purpose of the large sum remains unknown. As foreign currency transactions require approval from Nepal Rashtra Bank, the DRI is alarmed that over 250 million Nepali rupees in foreign currency was allegedly handled by an ordinary individual without traceable authorization. Notably, the seized currency notes were in sequential order, suggesting non-commercial sourcing and possibly involving diplomatic channels. Officials suspect increased use of foreign currency in illegal trade and have launched an investigation to trace its origin. In the past 9 months alone, the DRI has confiscated foreign currency worth 961.7 million Nepali rupees, filed claims totaling 2.13 billion Nepali rupees and named 107 individuals as defendants. In one instance, a single individual was found carrying $116,000 while departing Nepal. Over the past 3 years, Nepal police have also intensified action against illegal foreign currency transactions, seizing $975,000, 198,000 euros, and 7.9 million Indian rupees. Between Nepalese month of Shravan and Chaitra, police recovered foreign currency worth 50 million Nepali rupees used in illicit activities. Altogether, police have confiscated foreign currencies valued at 355.6 million Nepali rupees in the same period. The growing use of cryptocurrencies and online platforms to facilitate illegal payments has further complicated investigations. In a separate case involving the smuggling of 60 kilograms of gold, it was found that over 3 billion Nepali rupees in payments had been made in dollars via crypto transactions. With such illicit flows increasing, Nepal remains on the money laundering grey list, underscoring the urgent need for comprehensive investigation and action against foreign currency abuse networks.
The People's Forum has urged for inclusive representation at the upcoming Sagarmatha Dialogue, set to take place from May 16 to 18. They are calling for meaningful participation of tribals, Dalits, women, youth, children, and other marginalized communities affected by climate change. The forum also called for climate finance to be grant-based rather than loan-based, stressing the need for strong diplomatic efforts to achieve this. In a 12-point declaration, the forum emphasized the importance of promoting gender equality and women's leadership to ensure climate justice. It also called for a shift toward renewable energy while discouraging the exploitation of natural resources in mountain regions. Governmental and non-governmental organizations have ramped up discussions in Kathmandu ahead of the upcoming Sagarmatha Dialogue. Earlier on April 22nd, the Sat Satai Foundation had reached Solukhumbu and released a 5-point manifesto. Likewise, initiatives such as Himalayan Dialogue were held in Mugu on April 22nd and 23rd, while Children and Youth Dialogue took place in Kathmandu on April 26. Now, in our Public Voice segment today, we have asked in several provinces what key issues should be raised during the Sagarmatha Dialogue as the government discusses climate justice and mountain conservation efforts. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
जलवायु परिवर्तन चाहिँ अविकसित राष्ट्रहरूको कारणले भन्दा पनि विकसित राष्ट्रहरूको कारणले हो। त्यो हिसाबले तिनीहरूको आकर्षण, तिनीहरूको ध्यान आकर्षण गर्ने र तिनीहरूले यो जुन कार्बन चाहिँ उत्सर्जन गर्छन्, कार्बन निर्माण गर्छन्, त्यसमा कमी ल्याउने गरी चाहिँ एजेन्डाहरू उठाउनु पर्छ।
सम्मेलनहरू मात्रै गरेर समस्याको समाधान हुँदैन जस्तो लाग्छ, किनकि अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय रूपमा नै अब यो वातावरण जोगाउनेतिर जस्तै चाहिँ अब हुन्छ नि वन जंगलहरू जोगाउने,
यो एजेन्डाको विषय मात्रै हैन कि अब यसलाई चाहिँ टुङ्गो लगाउनु पर्यो, यसलाई मार्केटिङ भ्यालु बनाउने हैन। नेपालको जलवायु परिवर्तनले हिमालहरू काला भइसकेका छन्, नदीनालाहरू सुकिसकेका छ।
आउँदो पुस्तालाई सुरक्षित पृथ्वी हस्तान्तरण गर्नको लागि चाहिँ विश्वको आम मानिसहरूमा जलवायु परिवर्तनले सेता हिमालहरूलाई कालोमा परिवर्तन गरेको दृश्य देखाउन जरुरी छ।
जलवायु मैत्री जस्तो कि तपाईको चाहिँ सोलर ऊर्जाबाट सञ्चालन गर्न सकिने, ब्याट्रीबाट चाहिँ सञ्चालन गर्न सकिने, अन्य यो ग्यासहरूबाट प्राकृतिक ग्यासहरूलाई चाहिँ उपयोग गरेर सञ्चालन गर्ने किसिमका चाहिँ यन्त्र उपकरण, सवारी साधनहरूलाई बढी भन्दा बढी चाहिँ फोकस गर्यौं भने
स्थानीयहरूको पनि सहभागितामा सचेतना कार्यक्रमहरू सँगै अनिखेर चाहिँ यो विषयविदहरूसँग बसेर छलफल गरेर यसको संरक्षण गर्नको लागि के गर्नुपर्छ त भन्ने कुराहरूको आवाज उठाउँदाखेरि
जसलाई प्रभाव पारेको छ त्यो क्षेत्रमा गएर तिनीहरूको समस्यालाई समाधान गर्ने बाटोतिर हामी लाग्नुपर्छ।
सोलुखुम्बुमा रहेका जनताहरू चाहिँ निर्धक्क साथ जीविकोपार्जन गर्न र त्यहाँ बस्न सक्ने वातावरण चाहिँ यस सगरमाथा संवादले उठाओस् भन्न चाहन्छु।
क्षतिपूर्ति माग्नुपर्छ, किनभने नेपाल भन्दा ठुला ठुला राष्ट्रहरूले वातावरण प्रदूषणमा ठुलो भूमिका खेलेका छन्।
कृषकहरूलाई धेरै नै नोक्सान भइरहेको छ। उहाँहरूको खेतीबालीदेखि लिएर सबै कुराहरूमा उहाँहरूलाई असर पुगेको हुन्छ। यस्ता कुरामा चाहिँ नेपाल सरकारले चाहिँ आवाज उठाइदिनु पर्यो।
Welcome back. There is growing dissatisfaction within the ruling Nepali Congress over the government's policies and programs. Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba found himself on the defensive during a parliamentary party meeting on Saturday where parliamentarians protested against the government's proposal. The discontent extends beyond the party, with Nepali Congress leaders openly criticizing the policies in public forums, claiming they have been formalized without proper consultation. The issue of policy and program causing dissatisfaction within the Nepali Congress remains a matter of concern.
The Nepali Congress has expressed strong dissatisfaction with the slogan and program titles in the government's policy and program. During a meeting of the party's parliamentary caucus, lawmakers voiced their concerns, prompting party president Sher Bahadur Deuba to defend his position.
यी कुरामा चाहिँ हामीले एउटा ब्रेक थ्रु नै गर्छौं भन्ने किसिमबाट अझ आउन सक्थ्यो.
The CP and UML has retained its previous slogan, Prosperous Nepal, Happy Nepalese, in the current policy and program. Congress lawmakers argue it should be revised to Prosperous Nepal, Respected Nepalese, and express concern that despite being a major coalition partner, they are compelled to endorse the UML slogan.
हिजो हाम्रो सरकारका पालामा हामीले लिएर आएका कुराहरू अहिले त्यसलाई एड्रेस नहुँदाखेरि र कतिपय खाली हाम्रो के भन्छ सुखी नेपाली समृद्ध नेपाल मात्रै भनेर हामी सबै खालको सम्बोधन हुँदैन. त्यही हाम्रो सरकार हो भन्ने खालको अनुभूति हामीले गर्नुपर्छ भनेर हामीले कुराहरू राख्यौं. कतिपय कुराहरूमा हामीले हाम्रो विमति पनि राख्यौं र हामीले के भन्यौं भने नीतिगत कार्यक्रममा हामी छलफल चाहिँ गर्छौं.
The Nepali Congress is dissatisfied with the removal of the term president from programs such as the President's Women's Upliftment Program, Educational Reform Program, and Ture Tarai Madhes Conservation Program. Lawmakers question whether this change, not made during the UML presidency but implemented under a Congress president, carries a political message. Moreover, Congress lawmakers have criticized the absence of programs addressing rising anti-establishment sentiment and public dissatisfaction with service delivery.
त्यो जनताको असन्तुष्टिलाई मेटाउने खालका कार्यक्रमहरू चाहिँ यो यसमा आएको छैन. अब यो कुरा हामी संसदमा बोल्छौं संशोधन गर्ने सक्ने अवस्था भयो भने संशोधन पनि होलान्.
Likewise, Congress lawmakers have raised concerns that the BRI agreement with China includes a proposed university named after the UML leader Madan Bhandari, while no such recognition has been given to Congress leaders. They argued the party has been sidelined in the government's policy and program with limited inclusion of the proposals. The support for amendments has grown, particularly due to the absence of concrete initiatives to boost agricultural production and safeguard workers' rights. Concerns over the UML's dominance in political appointments and the Prime Minister's dismissal of Minister of State Kancharam Tamang following the party's recall request have sparked intense debate within the Nepali Congress.
जुन बर्खास्त गर्ने भन्ने जुन शब्दावलीको प्रयोग गरिएर हाम्रो चाहिँ ऊर्जा राज्य मन्त्रीलाई हटाइयो त्यसप्रति हाम्रो गम्भीर आपत्ति छ. त्यो गर्न हुँदैन. यदि उहाँको भूमिकासँग पार्टी सन्तुष्ट थिएन भने पार्टी उहाँलाई फिर्ता बोलाउनु पर्थ्यो.
The Nepali Congress's dissatisfaction with the government's policy and program is expected to surface in parliamentary discussions, while party president Sher Bahadur Deuba has urged lawmakers to offer constructive suggestions. It remains to be seen whether internal discontent will subside or intensify during the upcoming debates.
It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, why have outstanding dues increased in government agencies? 29% voted for A, lack of financial discipline, 37% voted for B, lack of transparency, and 34% voted for C, procedural complications. Now here's today's question. What explains the main ruling coalition Nepali Congress's dissatisfaction with the government's policies and programs? Your options are A, result of ideological differences, B, UML's unilateralism, or C, Congress seeking too much of a share. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us.
Sports News.
Nepal Police Club and the Iranian team will compete for the title in the Lions Cup National and International Invitational Men's Volleyball Tournament. In the first semi-final of the Lions Cup held today at the Covered Hall Pokhara Stadium, the Iranian team defeated Tribhuvan Army Club 3-1 to advance to the final. After dropping the first set 20-25, the Iranian side bounced back to win the next 3 sets 25-20, 28-26 and 26-24. In the second semi-final, Nepal Police Club secured a straight sets victory over Armed Police Force APF, winning 25-17, 25-18 and 28-15. APF, who struggled throughout the match, will face Tribhuvan Army Club tomorrow in the third place playoff. The final between Nepal Police Club and the Iranian team will also take place tomorrow. According to the organizers, the tournament winner will receive 444,000 Nepali rupees, while the runner-up will be awarded 244,000. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.